Astral projection is bullshit is what I used to think. I used to think none of this was actually true, and I was only my physical body, until I had my first out-of-body experience. And in order to have an out-of-body experience, you have to understand a few things, so I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Very simple. You have awake consciousness, asleep consciousness. When you drift off to sleep, you have this trance-like state where you're half awake and half asleep. This trance state is the goal that you need to get into. Lie your body down very still, do not move your body, because you need to dissolve the senses. Are a form of black magic. No one's talking about what this is doing to people's minds. Here's the twist. Reading about pedophilia, sex trafficking, abuse over and over again is not normal. It's repetition. Your mind is not a trash can, it's a divine temple. Every word you read enters your subconscious, not consciously, subconsciously. And when you repeatedly consume dark material, your nervous system doesn't register it as exposure. It registers it as normal. The subconscious doesn't ask, is this true? It asks, is this familiar? The more familiar something becomes, the less shocking it feels, the less resistance you have, the more desensitized you become to it. You think you're staying informed, but what you're really doing is rehearsing darkness inside your own consciousness. And that doesn't heal the world, it programs you. Protect your mind like you protect your body. Not everything deserves access to your inner world. These documents are probably darkening people. I've noticed this myself. If I see something in the morning, like, I don't know, a billboard with fruit on it, later that evening, I start thinking, oh, I'd love some fruit. Why is that? It's because what you see enters your subconscious mind and it influences your thoughts. So if you're reading about sex, trafficking, pedophilia, no wonder people can't quit porn, because the word sex is lingering in their consciousness over and over again. So, protect yourselves, people. Your mind is not something to play with. It holds the power of creation. Knowledge of yourself is the only thing worth knowing. Love and peace to you all. Here's Madonna's tattoo, and it's the Kabbalah tree. And here's David Bowie drawing the Kabbalah tree. This tree is on your hands, and it's basically a blueprint that represents how consciousness comes down and solidifies itself into a physical reality. Malkuth represents earth, physical reality, and Keter represents pure light consciousness. There are two ways you can use this tree. You can use it as an ascension tool to go from Malkuth, the physical world, and ascend your consciousness up the tree to divine source, or you can use it in magic to bring down the higher forces of consciousness to create a physical reality in magic. Now, we all know why these people probably use it. You can use the tree for bad reasons and for good reasons. This Christian painting called the Holy Trinity even has the Kabbalah tree inside of it, and it's from 1625, and you can find this in Rome in this church. Tree can be divided in these 4 sections, representing the 4 dimensions of consciousness: the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and the physical. And that's how consciousness solidifies into a physical reality. We have willpower. Willpower turns into thought and thinking. Thinking turns into emotion and desire. And that turns into a physical action to create the physical world. And that's why the ancients called the sun Sol. Sol is another word for soul. The earth is darkness. It produces no light. All of the warmth, energy, and nutrients come from the sun. The sun's light feeds the earth. Your body is nothing without your soul. Your soul is the observer of your mind, the inner thinker, the inner being who suffers from your negative thoughts. You are the soul in the mind, and the mind is in the body. The body is a miniature earth, and your soul is a miniature sun. When someone truly understands the meaning and understanding of as above so below, they see the secrets of the universe. So we all remember when the king had this painting done, and it looked like the Baphomet when you placed them together and inverted it. But the same artist did one of David Attenborough. David Attenborough had this painting done, and take a look at the hand gesture he's doing here. Take a closer look. This hand gesture he's doing is clearly the Kabbalah. And I've just made a previous video about Kabbalah and Madonna's tattoo, if you want to check that out. This is all Kabbalah. It's all Kabbalah magic. Now, I'm not saying Kabbalah is evil, because Kabbalah is simply just the tool. However, you can use it for good or bad. So, you just know that these are all occultists. That's why most people in the world are unknowingly being a Satanist, without even realizing. Because Satanism is not about worshipping Satan. It is a state of consciousness, where a person only desires physical things, flesh, lust, sensual pleasures.
and material things such as money, ego, and power. People's hearts are only caring about themselves and what they can gain, and not what they can give to humanity and creation. People are unknowingly being Satanists because Satanism is not a religion. It's a state of consciousness, a state of thinking, feeling, and acting. That's why the skull and bones is a satanic symbolism. The skull represents thought, and the bones represent action, only thinking and acting. That's what Satanism truly is, with no true connection with their emotions. The emotions tell you what is right and wrong, through love. Your emotions' natural mode is love. The Matrix is designed in such a perfect way to make people unknowingly a Satanist, while they don't even realize.
Reptilians run the world is what I used to think. I used to think Jews ran the world, I used to think Freemasons ran the world, I used to think all these things. Because I used to go down the rabbit holes of Hollywood, cloning, celebrity cloning, pedophilia, all that stuff. I've been down there, and let me tell you something, it got me nowhere. I was so lost. I used to look at the TV screen and think they were shape-shifting reptilians. I had to look at things twice. Honestly, the only thing that benefited my life was obviously going through that was good because it led me to my awakening, you know, starting off with the rabbit holes and the conspiracies. But it gets you nowhere. The only thing that actually matters is knowledge of yourself. Occultism, symbolism, consciousness, psychology, mentalism, electromagnetism, and if you study them, watch your life just change. My life completely changed. And I started to realize so much about myself and how powerful we actually are as humans. We're so powerful. And them rabbit holes are probably made on purpose to keep people distracted. Just leave it alone. Who cares? Just study about yourself.
And that's why they keep you constantly distracted with external things. Because they don't want you to know that your body is the most advanced technology on the earth, and that your mind is in charge of 50 trillion cells that religiously obey every thought command that you project. You are literally in charge of a universe inside of you. But they want you to think rocket ships and iPhones are very advanced technology. But look at yourself. No one can replicate the human body. And that's why intelligent people choose to stay silent. Intelligence is not loud, it does not announce itself. The mind that sees deeply learns restraint, not performance. The more patterns you recognize, the less you rush to speak. Because truth is heavy, and only fools swing weight carelessly. Wisdom moves inward. It studies symbols, cycles, calls, and sequences. It listens longer than it talks. Silent is not emptiness or weakness, it is containment. The initiated do not chase attention. They observe, they refine, they wait. Intelligent is not noise, it is gravity. God did not place his brand, his name, his signature on any of his creations. He created complexity and beauty without seeking recognition.
Here's the Google Chrome logo and it looks identical to 666. And here's the Google Play logo which looks identical to the sigil of Lucifer. And the sigil of Lucifer looks identical to the brain's visual field. And Lucifer means the light bearer or the light bringer. Lucy means light and Fer means bring. The eyes are the light bringer to the brain to produce a visual reality. We don't see reality outside of us. Light enters our eyes and the image is produced in the visual cortex at the back of the brain. In esoteric terms, Lucifer is not a real person. Esoteric terms, Lucifer is correlated to our perception, how we perceive things. For example, most people think the physical reality exists when it's actually a hologram produced by their brain. Luciferianism is about presenting something very good, luring you in, but it's actually pulling you into darkness. Kind of like how the brain chip will work. They will present it that you can learn everything, download information into your brain with a brain chip, but it's actually tracking your thoughts. And that's what Luciferianism truly is, presenting something to be very good, luring you in when it's actually got a hidden agenda behind it. Satanism is a little bit different. Satanism is about pure evil in plain sight without any cover-up or any beauty covering it up. The Statue of Liberty is Lucifer, and it was created by Frederick August Barthold, a French Freemason. This symbol, or this hand gesture, is called Master of the Second Veil, which you see all these people do here. So it's an occult symbol. Now, if you follow it even closer, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is a big number in Freemasonry, the G, the 7th letter of the English alphabet, symbolizing the 7 cognitions of the mind, which is understanding, intuition, perception, memory, reason, willpower, and imagination, the 7 powers of the mind, illuminating. Then if you follow even deeper, the spiral staircase looks identical to the spinal cord, which is the Kundalini awakening. When you have a Kundalini awakening, it activates dormant brain cells in your brain that weren't active before, and it leads to illumination and enlightenment. So all of this is symbolic of enlightenment, light, knowledge, information. 7 deadly sins are emotions.
The word sin comes from a Mesopotamian term linked to the Sin, god of the moon. Moon represents the feminine aspect of consciousness, hence why Mary was always symbolized with a moon beneath her feet, symbolizing emotional control and self-mastery. The 7 deadly sins are not actions, they're states of consciousness you feel that pull you into your lower mind. When you feel an emotion, you will cast this energy into your aura, and then you will attract frequencies based on the frequency that you put out. Feeling these 7 states of consciousness will attract to you negative, low vibrational people and thoughts. These are not actions, these are feelings you feel in your heart. The states of consciousness that pull you away from God, which is your true divine nature, your higher self. There is no man judging you in the sky when you die, it's only yourself, because we are all one consciousness.
Aliens are a complete psyop. The word alien has the word lie in it. If you read it backwards, it says Neil Armstrong, the first man supposedly on the moon, the person that tricked humanity into believing there's lands beyond the Earth. The reason they want you to believe in space is because they don't want you focused here on Earth, placing your attention on other worlds, when in fact we need to fix this world, because this world is a mess. Why are we trying to build civilization on Mars when we need to rebuild our civilization ourselves? It's a complete distraction. You can't go to space on a rocket ship. The way you access space is through astral projection. Your astral body is your rocket ship. That's what projects consciousness outside the limitations of the physical world. They just want you to believe you're in a physical universe and you're only a physical being, and you're actually far more than that.